Okay, the next material is about pragmatics. What is pragmatics in linguistics? In the book Pragmatics by George Yule, he defines pragmatics in 4 dimensions. The first is pragmatics is study of speaker meaning. That means it is concerned with the interpretation of the speaker meaning by listener. For example, if someone asks, "Why I have a glass of water?" So the listener interprets that the speaker is thirsty. The second is pragmatics is study of contextual meaning. It is about the interpretation of what people exactly mean in a specific context and how the context influences what is said. For example, if the first person asks, "Hi, how are you today?" and the second person answer with, "Lovely weather today." So you can see it doesn't fit in the context and the situation. If someone asks, "How are you?" you should be answer with, "I'm fine" or "I'm okay," like this. And the third pragmatic is study of how more gets communicated than is said, which means that you as a listener have to investigate the invisible meaning. For example, if someone asks you, "Please close the window," so the invisible meaning of the person that the person is freezing or that is too noisy outside, depending on the situation. The last one, pragmatic study of expression of relative distance. So the physical social closeness determines how much need to be said. The closer the relationship, the less there is to explain. For example, for physical closeness would be, "Take this," so only people close to the speaker know what this refers to. For social closeness, like if I tell you, "We had fun on the weekend," you would know that it was last weekend and that you know which friends of mine are meant by you. So that's pragmatics according to George Yule books. We can conclude pragmatics is the study of language in context, how context influences the interpretation of meaning in communication. It focuses on how people use language in social situations, considering factors like implied meaning, context, intentions, and presupposition to understand communication beyond just the literal word use. Next, we have type of pragmatics. The first is speech acts. Speech acts are concepts in linguistics that study how speech not only conveys information but also performs actions such as requesting, giving orders, making promises, or apologizing. For example, like, "I promise I will be there on time." This is committing to a future action or behavior. And another example like, "Close the door." This is performs the action of giving a command. The second, we have deixis. Deixis refers to the words that point to the context of the situation, such as this, there, here, and that. Example, "I will meet you there." In this sentence, there is deictic expression that relies to the context to indicate a location to speaker and listener. Another example like, "Can you pass me that book?" The word "that" points to a specific book in the context.
Hi guys, I'm Fahril and here I'm gonna talk about politeness. Politeness in linguistics refers to the polite or respectful way of speaking in a language. In pragmatics, politeness refers to the use of language to show respect, consideration, and courtesy towards others. It is a crucial aspect of communication as it helps to maintain social relationships, avoid conflicts, and can be reversed for others' feelings. example can be found in the use of words like please, thank you, or other simple words to honor the other person. In certain contexts, please can be used to show politeness or humility, but such as please can you help me? But in other contexts, please also can be used to show annoyance or impatience, like please don't bother me now, like that. Next is let's talk about conversational maxims. Refers to the principles proposed by philosopher Paul Brees to explain how people communicated effectively and cooperatively in conversation. And there is a type of maxims. The first is quantity maxims or maxim of quantity. There's provides information, not too much or too little. For example, what's the weather today? Sunny. In this case, the response provides enough information without being too detailed. Okay, next type is quality maxims or maxim of quality. Provide true and accurate information. For example, is this restaurant good? Yes, I've eaten there before and it was great. In this case, the speakers provides accurate information based on their experience. Next is relevance maxim or maxims of relevance. Provide information that is relevant to the topic. For example, what's your favorite book? I like reading fiction. This answer or this response is relevant to the topic of books. Okay guys, last but not least, we have manner maxim. Provide information in a clear and unambiguous way. For example, how do I get to the station? Look at the bus number 12 and get up at the last stop. Clear and easy to understand. By following these maxims, people can communicate effectively and achieve their communication goals.
Next, we will discuss about implicatur. Implicatur is the hidden or implied meaning in communication that is not stated directly. Implicatur involves assumption or understanding made from the context or implied information of a person word, which can differ from the literal or direct meaning. The purpose is to convey meaning indirectly, usually used to be polite, avoid conflict, or convey something without stating it clearly. For the example, it is getting late and I have an early morning tomorrow. The implication is that the person might want to finish the conversation or leave a certain situation because they have obligation in the morning and want to rest early. Next is presupposition. Presupposition in linguistics refers to assumption or belief that are considered true or accepted beforehand in a sentence or statement. In the context of linguistics, presupposition is a pragmatic feature that deals with the hidden meaning in a sentence. The purpose is to make communication efficient without having to explain everything from the start. For the example, do you still have your book with you? This sentence assumes that the listener already has the book or used to carry it. Next is discourse analysis. Discourse analysis is the study of language in actual use, examining the structure, and function of language in large context, such as conversation, text, or discourse. The purpose is to understand how language is used in everyday communication, including how to contract meaning, create identity, and build social relationship through language, as well as influence other opinion and behavior. For the example, one, analyzing conversation between teacher and student to understand how they communicate effectively in the teaching learning process. 2. Analyzing advertising text to understand how language is used to influence consumer. And the last is food advertisement test natural goodness in every bite. Analysis language is used to highlight the natural qualities of the product and spark consumer curiosity.
The next material. Why is pragmatic important? Pragmatic is carried to understanding limit used in context and is a useful basis for understanding language interaction. Imagine a world where you had to explain everything you need in full. There could be jokes probably wouldn't be funny and conversation would be twice as long. Let's take a look at what life would be like without pragmatic. For example, what time do you call this? Literal meaning. What time is it? Real meaning. Why are you so late? Because of the insight of pragmatic, we know that the speaker does not actually when to know what time is it, but is making the point that the other person is late. In this case, it would be best to apologize rather than give the speaker the time. So, pragmatic is very important because it helps us understand the meaning behind adjust our language to the situation and communicate effectively in daily life. Without understanding pragmatics, we can easily be misunderstood or sound impolite, especially when talking to people from different cultures. Therefore, learning pragmatic is the key to becoming a better communicator. Next, what is the difference between pragmatic and semantic? Semantic and pragmatic are two the main branches of language. While both semantics and pragmatic study the meaning of words in language, there are a couple of key differences between them. Semantic refers to the meaning that grammar and vocabulary provide and does not consider the next or inferred meanings. In contrast, pragmatic looks at the same words but in their social context. Pragmatic consider the relationship between social context and language. For example, it's couldn't hear, isn't it? Semantic, the speaker is asking for confirmation that the room is cool. Pragmatic, there may be another meaning associated with this question. For example, the speaker might be hinting that when the heating turned on or the window closed, the context would make this clear. So, something is about the literal meaning of word and sentence. It doesn't consider who is speaking or the situation. For example, it couldn't hear simply means the room feels good. Pragmatic, on the other hand, is about the intent meaning in a specific context. The same sentence is could in here could actually mean please close the window or turn on the heater depending on the situation.
Now let's learn about context, the role of inference, and cultural variations. First is about context. Context refers to all the non-linguistic factors surrounding an utterance that influence its interpretation. It's the broader setting in which communication takes place. Context includes various elements, such as situational or physical context. This covers the time, place, and relevant physical objects in the immediate surroundings of the speaker and listener. For example, if someone says, "It's cold in here," the actual meaning could be a request to close the window or turn on the heater, depending on the physical situation in the room. And there's a social or relational context, and cognitive and shared knowledge context. For example, for relational context, such as the sentence, "Could you please pass the salt?" will have a different nuance when said to a waiter in a restaurant compared to your spouse at home. And now, let's talk about context. Context refers to the linguistic environment of an utterance. It is the part of the text or conversation that precedes or follows the utterance itself. Context is an internal kind of context, meaning the words and sentences immediately surrounding the specific utterance within the same discourse. For example, the word bank can mean a financial institution or the side of the river. If the sentence is, "I'm going to the bank to withdraw money," the context "withdraw money" indicates that bank refers to a financial institution. Now, context is crucial from disambiguation or removing ambiguity of word meanings or phrases within a sentence. And now let's talk about inference. Inference is a cognitive process where a listener or reader draws conclusions or understands meaning that is not explicitly stated by the speaker or writer. In pragmatics, inference acts as the bridge between what is said, literal meaning, and what is meant, pragmatic meaning. Why is inference important? Because of communication efficiency, and then understanding implicatures. Implicatures or implied meanings rely entirely on inference. When someone says, "It's getting late and I have an early morning tomorrow," the listener infers that the speaker wants to end the conversation or leave. This isn't directly stated but inferred from the context and the principle of cooperation. And inference also important for resolving ambiguity, and then understanding indirect speech, acts, and then understanding humor and sarcasm. And last but not least, we have cultural variations in pragmatics. Pragmatics is deeply rooted in the culture, communication norms, expectations, and the ways people interact linguistically vary significantly across cultures. What is considered polite, direct, relevant, or even humorous in one culture may not be so in another, potentially leading to misunderstandings or breach of etiquette. Now, by grasping these three aspects, context, co-text, the role of inference, and cultural variations, we can see how complex the communication process truly is, and why pragmatics is such a crucial field of study in linguistics.
Conclusion: pragmatic is to the study of how meaning is understood in communication, not only from words but also from the context in which they are used. It includes important concepts such as speech gates, deixis, implicatur, politeness, conventional maxim, presupposition, and discourse analysis. In understanding pragmatic also we have